It's time now for the latest in local news. In the news, many across the coastal empire and here in Wayne County, mourning the loss of Martin Neesmith, a prominent businessman who died at his home in Showman Bluff on Tuesday. That from the McIntosh Sheriff's Office, who confirmed his death. He was the president of Neesmith Chevrolet here in Jesup, which he started back in 1974. Sheriff's Office says the cause of death is still under investigation. Again, we pass along our thoughts and prayers to the Neesmith family here in Jesup. Funeral arrangements have not been finalized. As soon as we receive them, we'll pass them along. But once again, President Neesmith Chevrolet of Jesup, Martin Neesmith, passing away Tuesday morning. On Tuesday afternoon, the Wayne County School System held its groundbreaking ceremony for the new Helen Willis Fluker Track Complex, which will be built next to the high school where the football practice field is currently at. The track will be named after longtime track coach at the high school, Helen Willis Fluker. Her husband and family on hand for the occasion. Her husband, Nick Fluker, talked about what this means to him and his family.
Oh, it's a great honor I always knew she was special to me, but to know that the community think this much of her make it even more special, And I think she is well deserved because she was dedicated to the community and to the kids of the community. I know she was good at giving everybody a nickname. Most of all her students, she had a nickname for them, And she just loved working with kids.
Well, you know better than anybody. I'm just curious. If she was here, what do you think would be going through her mind? What do you think she would say?
I think she would just thank everybody, and I wish she could have witnessed this, That would have been great if she could have witnessed this. But I know she would have been honored, to know that the community thought that much of her.
But when it's built, they're going to have her name there, so you can drive by every time and see it. So what's that going to mean to you?
It's going to mean a lot, It's just bring back memories of her working with the kids and coaching the kids, and it mean a whole lot. Yeah.
Okay, appreciate talking with us.
Okay, thank you.
Any of those comments that Nick Fluker, the husband of Helen Willis Fluker, school board member Sharon Daniel, pushed for the track to be built at the high school and to have it named after Helen Willis Fluker, who coached Daniel on track at high school. Daniel was a guest speaker at the occasion, had these remarks.
I'm going to tell you a little bit why we decided to name this after Coach Mary Helen Willis Fluker. There were other names in the pot for this, but one of the criteria for naming a facility in the Wayne County school system is the individual has to have given significant contributions to the students of Wayne County. So as we went through the list, we had Olympians, we had people who had done great community service within our community, but none paralleled or rivaled the contributions that she had given to the students and athletes of Wayne County and our school system. For 30 years, she coached in the school system. For 20 of those years, she coached track. Now, the significance of her coaching track goes much deeper than that. Because on one day, she decided to go see Coach Paul Connor, who was then the athletic director and head football coach. And she asked him, she said, there's a need for a track program for females in Wayne County. Can I start one? He conceded and said, yes, Ellen, you can start one, that will be fine. The negotiated contract for how much she was to be paid at that time was 4 digits. And I said 4, not 4. Because it was $0.00. So she did it for FREE, free. She donated her time and her service to begin this legacy that we have here now within our track program and to continue to keep it going on. And as I continue to research, and I forgot about that, she also started the cross-country program here in Wayne County, which we have the cross-country coach here, Coach Broadhead, who has done a magnificent job at coaching our cross-country teams here. She's also won had coached several people who have gone on to win region championships, to go on and win state championships, such as Sierra Bryan. She coached me in the love of her life, of the sport. When I say the love of her life, the sport that she loved, which was track, but the event that she loved the most in track, sorry, Michelle, was the 110 low hurdles. And I still hold that record today because of her. So if you got anybody who's interested in breaking a record, records are made to be broken. We got to get that one broken. But she trained me to do that, to persevere, to go through. The times I felt, get back up, Jones. It's going to be all right. Okay? So.
And again, those comments as board member Sharon Daniel. Several were on hand for the groundbreaking ceremony, including current high school track coach Mike Ward. He says he's excited to see a new track being built for the high school track program.
I'm just glad our community finally came together and approved SPLOS a couple years ago, and it's a project we need really bad. Our track was in bad shape. I know Sharon Daniel, the board member, did a really good job of pushing this and got it. And I'm excited to have a nice track, and it's named after a great coach and a great person. We're excited to have this new track.
When do you think it'll be ready? You think it'll be ready by track season? That's the hope?
That's the hope. You know, I've asked Dr. Brinson, I don't want to put him on the spot, but he thinks he'll be ready beginning of 2021, that March, April area.
Well, that'll be exciting for those track kids to see a track out here and not have to travel for time. The last 7 years, it's been all on the road.
Yeah, you know, we never had a track meet home, and it was also a pain to get on the bus and drive to JC Stadium to practice. So now all you got to do is walk out to school and come and step on a beautiful track, state-of-the-art track. We're very excited about this.
Okay, well, appreciate you talking with us, and we'll look forward to a new track, and it should be fun track season.
Thanks, Bob.
And again, those comments of Coach Ward, again, the high school track coach. Once again, the groundbreaking ceremony held Tuesday afternoon at the site of the new track directly across from the school where the current practice football facility is located. The plans to build 2 new high school practice fields to the tune of $200,000. The entire track project in the neighborhood of $2 million. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, Chief Mike Lane of Jesup PD announces a couple of drug arrests. He states on Thursday, November 12th, the ACE narcotics investigators, along with patrol officers with Jesup PD, conducted a search warrant at 562 West Plum Street in Jesup. The ACE team investigators had previously received information that controlled substances were being sold at the address. The resulting investigation warranted probable cause for a search warrant. Upon execution of the search warrant, approximately half a pound of marijuana, quantity of suspected controlled substance pending identification, drug-related objects, multiple firearms, and $5,916 of U.S. currency was recovered from the residence. 33-year-old Rich Fennell of Jesup was arrested and charged with possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute, possession of firearms during the commission of a felony, and possession of drug-related objects. Investigation is ongoing and may result in future arrests and more charges being filed. Chief Mike Lane of Jesup also announces that on Friday, November 13th, the ACE team investigators, along with patrol officers in the Jesup PD, conducted a search warrant at 498 South Willow Street, apartment 2 in Jesup. At that investigation, they previously received information that controlled substances were being sold at the address. The resulting investigation warranted probable cause for a search warrant. Upon execution of the search warrant, a quantity of methamphetamine and drug-related objects were recovered from the residence. 43-year-old James Ernest Chestnut of Jesup was arrested and charged with possession of methamphetamine and possession of drug-related objects. They also state this investigation ongoing and may result in future arrests and more charges being filed. Chief Lane encouraged anyone with information pertaining to illegal drug or criminal activity simply call the Jesup PD. City of Jesup commissioners met for their monthly meeting Tuesday night at the Craig Williams Community Center, and they gave an update on the pool, which they believe may be ready by spring. All the dirt now out of the pool, a lot of the work being done by in-house with city employees. They're working with company East Coast Pools, and progress on the pool moving a lot quicker than they anticipated. Once again, the word last night is that they believe the pool may be ready for use come spring of 2021. Water Treatment Plant Supervisor Anthony Crawford on hand with an award that the plant recently received for being the best plant. It's an annual award this year presented to the City of Jesup. Under old business, City accepted a low bid from JMA Electric for equipment at the wastewater treatment plant. The bid, $32,250. Commissioners have been discussing revising their purchasing ordinance, and they did that last night by unanimous vote after discussing at their work session prior to the meeting. The change, they state, protects the integrity of the bid process. Finally, the City of Jesup reports that they will receive $176,000 in LMIG money to be used to improve streets here in the City of Jesup. While David Perdue says he will not engage in another debate with his Democratic opponent, John Ossoff, before the runoff election and the other runoff, Kelly Loeffler, the Republican candidate and current U.S. Senator, has agreed to debate her Democratic opponent, Raphael Warnock. There will be a televised debate on Georgia Public TV on December the 6th. It'll be in advance of their January 5th runoff election here in the state of Georgia. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes and news, in case you missed just, there's going to be no Chamber of Commerce Christmas parade this year. The Chamber gave it a great effort, but unfortunately not enough entries to go forward, so the Chamber's made that decision not to have a Christmas parade. Dina Bennett with the Chamber is going to join us tomorrow on the World Famous Butch and Bob Show to discuss the decision and other news with the Chamber of Commerce. Today on the World Famous Butch and Bob Show, we've got Pastor Van Dempsey in to talk about another event that's been canceled. Again, the annual community Thanksgiving worship service has been canceled, and he'll be in studio to talk about that decision. That's this morning on the World Famous Butch and Bob Show. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.